Texas A&M at Notre Dame, Saturday, 7:30 kickoff Eastern Time, NBC. Let me set the scene for you right quick. If Notre Dame loses this, they start 0-2. Crisis. Freak out. There's some talk on the college football streets, by the way, that if Notre Dame's 10-2 and the rest of their schedule doesn't do them any favors in terms of quality wins, there's some scenarios where Notre Dame at 10-2 is left out of the playoff. I don't believe that. I'm just here to echo what I'm hearing on the streets. So that's the Notre Dame side of things. The A&M side, to me, is even more curious. Texas A&M believes that they have built an identity and built a roster that can do what Notre Dame wants to do better than Notre Dame can. And that's what I love. That's what I love, because I was circling this game in the preseason saying, now hold on a second. That tailback stable at Notre Dame is something fierce. And that offensive line more than proved itself to me last year, but yet I've also got 2 or 3 of them that can tote it for Texas A&M, and that offensive line should be good as well. And if I know anything about the identity Mike Elko wants to have, he doesn't ever want to finish number 2 in the physicality contest nationally. And, oh, wow, they play each other early in the season? Sign me up. Texas A&M, paper popper of a stat here. No road wins versus ranked teams since 2014. A little misleading because it is ranked at the end of the year, which, you know, if you go and beat a team, it serves to be mentioned that they're less likely to be ranked at the end of the year. But I digress. It's been tough to get traction for Texas A&M on the road. This is a rested Notre Dame team. Yes, they already had a bye. Wounded animal mode, wounded Irish mode. So let's dive in here, because this right here is where we find out about Texas A&M, but not on offense, defense. Because defense let them down the stretch last year. Defense was what Mike Elko looked at and focused his rage on and put both hands around the throat of, figuratively, and said, I'm taking control here. We will not lose for the same reasons 2 years in a row. So this is where they show you. Because Miami did. Miami showed you. Miami defensively showed up against Notre Dame. Words don't get stops, players do, as Meemaw would say. So A&M's got good players. Do they have good enough players against a desperate Notre Dame at home to maybe knock them off their rhythm, maybe make Notre Dame do something other than what they want to do, sort of dictate terms, if you will? 28 carries for 93 yards. That's what Notre Dame had against Miami. And everyone looked and said, why didn't we run the ball better? Could just have been Reuben Bain. Mesidor, Reuben Bain, like they got really, really, really good guys, versatile guys, 3-down guys in their defensive front. And maybe you won't face a group like that again the rest of the year. I guarantee you Notre Dame's banking on that number being a lot higher than that. So that's part one of what I can't wait to find out. The other one is I'm going to go right back to this theme. All right, Bryce Underwood against Brent Venables last week. We saw that. We saw a young quarterback sort of get put in a pressure spot right out of the gate. Didn't go well for Underwood. We're going to see Joey Aguilar against Kirby Smart in Georgia this week, and that'll sort of be his introduction to big boy college football, all due respect to App State. C.J. Carr got his out of the way already. C.J. Carr, I thought, played very admirably. I thought he validated Marcus Freeman's decision to make him QB1, even though they lost against Miami. I thought he played very well. They showed some trust in him. I think he showed that he's got a lot more dynamic ability, frankly, than Riley Leonard showed him that he had last year. Marcel Reed's going to have to respond in this game as a result. Like, as much as people will talk about the ground games, it's going to come down to a quarterback winning the game. We'll get back to the video 1 second. Do me one quick favor. Look down. Make sure you're subscribed. Most of you are. If you're not, please do so. It's the way we keep the channel free, we keep the videos coming, and we get to do college football year-round as God intended. All right, as promised, back to the video. I was doing TexAgs this morning, and David Nuno said, hey, why isn't Marcel Reed getting more attention nationally? Well, he hasn't done anything to earn it yet. I think it was my answer there. And I don't mean that as a shot at him. I mean, there was nothing Marcel Reed was going to do against the first 2 opponents they played to change anyone's mind on him. I don't know if he's changed any Texas A&M fans' mind on him. This is where you change people's minds. This is where you go in there and you steal the show. This is a Colin Klein game too, man. Colin Klein's the offensive coordinator there at Texas A&M. And, you know, I think they believe that vertical pass threat. I really gathered in spring They believed in these big games that those plays were going to be there for them, and it doesn't matter if they're only there once or twice. Number one, if you complete them, that's a big deal. Number two, even if it looks like you could have completed them. I mean, think about how differently that makes someone defend you. There is one thing that could be a gigantic X factor here. The Miami pass rush got after Notre Dame. And I'm sitting there watching it and thinking, that feels unfair. Like there's some NFL offensive lines that if they had to go up against these dudes on the Miami front would have a tough time. So it seems a little unfair. So I'm willing to not give a pass, but I'm willing to take it into proper consideration. Okay? You go back home, you're 0-1, you fought hard, but Reuben Bain took the game over in the fourth quarter. These things happen. Well, what if Cassius Howell does it to you this week? What if for a second straight week that pressure rate's off the charts? What if C.J. Carr is forced into bad looks, bad decisions, a couple of more turnovers? Lost the turnover battle against Miami. What if that happens again? And what if the number one talking point about that team last year, which was the offensive line for Notre Dame, ends up being low-key a vulnerability the first 2 weeks? I don't think it'll ever be a weakness relative to the whole country. Notre Dame's not going to have a weak offensive line. It just so happens, or it could happen, that they face two really, really bad matchups the first two games of their season. If that happens, you can start 0-2. Very well could start 0-2. So let me show you what the model thinks about this game. FanDuel right now has got this Notre Dame minus 6.5. Model just a little bit lower than that. Model's got Notre Dame minus 5. There's something about desperation mode and really, really good staffs with time to prepare and home field advantage that makes it tough to go against them. But I do think this is going to be a dogfight. I do think points are going to be at a premium. May lean the under on this one. It's sitting at 49.5. I'm not betting the under, at least not right now. But I will take Texas A&M plus the points. However, I will take Notre Dame to win. I think it'll be a one-possession kind of game. So I will take Notre Dame to win. There is not a dime of my money that will be bet on a side in that game. The odds to win the national title right there, Notre Dame's in it. Texas A&M would shoot up that thing if they were to win this game. You can go to Academy Sports and Outdoors before a lot of you are headed up there. I know a lot of you Texas A&M fans have circled this one for a while, and you're going to make your pilgrimage up there to South Bend, and I highly recommend it. This is to me, this is the best time of year to go to Notre Dame's campus. They would say later in the year when it's cold. Cold weather sucks. So go up there when it is late summer, right on the precipice of fall. You can feel it. You can taste it in the air. And Texas A&M's Academy country.